It's your boy, mrLdavis, and I know it's been a minute since I've done a video. I think the last video I did, I was still living in New York City. I am now living in LA. I just first want to say, how the fuck do y'all live in New York City with them big ass rats? That city and that subway. Yo, how do y'all live there with that subway? I don't get it. Anybody that lives in New York City and lived there for... No. Anybody that's a transplant to New York City. I have so much respect for you because there's nowhere in hell y'all are going to get me to move to a dirty ass city with these big ass rats and then pay $16,000 a month for an apartment. Never. Not going to happen. But with that said, it's been a while since I've done a video. But there's something that happened today particularly that made me want to do a video. The American Music Awards are on this Sunday. And we haven't had an award show in a while, I don't think. I don't know when the last award show was, but we haven't had one in a while. But the American Music Awards decided that they were going to give away a new award. A brand new award. The first award in American Music Award history. Called the Icon Award. But y'all won't guess who they want to give this Icon Award to. First of all, I'm singing this hallway because the lighting is better here. But they don't want to say who... Well... They said it, but they don't want to say it. They probably shouldn't say it. The Icon Award, the very first Icon American Music Award in history, is going to the one and the only Rihanna. Rihanna is getting an award called the Icon Award at the American Music Awards. First of all, this bitch ain't American. I just had to say that. I just had to put that out there for everybody. At the American Music Awards, this bitch that's from Barbados is getting the first Icon Award. That's first. With all of these still icons that are living, Barbra Streisand, Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige, they want to give it to Rihanna. The only icon that Rihanna deserves is on my desktop on my computer. That's the only icon that Rihanna is. Years from now, when people are remaking Mariah Carey's Hero, when they are remaking Whitney Houston's I Wanna Run to You, when they are remaking Shaka Khan's I'm Every Woman again, what song does Rihanna have that that people are going to want to remake that? What makes Rihanna an icon? I can't think of one damn thing that makes that lady an icon. Like, she sells singles because, let's go back. Let's go back. The first woman to ever debut at #1 on Billboard was Whitney D. Houston. Ever. Rihanna just got her first #1 album on Billboard after 7 tries. 7. And she's an icon? What's iconic about Rihanna? She performs like a bottle of water. First of all, it's just there. When she performs, it's just there. She has and records good songs, but she does not make good music. You know, everybody around her gets her good records. They give her a pass and everything. But for the first, out of Toni Braxton is still alive, and you give Rihanna an Icon Award? You better lay low. Because there's nothing about Rihanna at this point in her career that makes her iconic. Does she do things that are big? Yes, of course. But she's not an icon. She's not iconic. She's Rihanna. She's Rihanna. We take her when Beyonce's on a break, when Ciara's not doing what she's supposed to do, when that's Rihanna is a substitute teacher of the music industry. That's what Rihanna is. And everybody loves a substitute teacher because they don't have to do what they're supposed to be doing. You know, back in school when you were in school and you had a substitute teacher, you loved the substitute teacher. But at the end of the day, you still needed your real teacher to teach you everything. Like Portia Stewart said, I'll take an oath in front of everybody that Rihanna is not an icon. And that really just pissed me off. That the first Icon Award at the American Music Award is not only going to go to somebody that's not American, but somebody that doesn't have the talent. Like, that's just how I feel. So I'm going to get off Rihanna because they think I'm a Rihanna bully. But, whatever. Drink this champagne. Second, The Art of Letting Go. Mariah Carey put out her new single earlier this week, The Art of Letting Go. The Art of Letting Go. And I wish somebody would let Mariah Carey go on vacation because that song is horrible. The thing about Mariah Carey is Mariah Carey, like I said, is an icon. She's a great talent. People are going to reference her. They're going to sample her. They're going to do everything for years because Mariah Carey is the Mariah Carey. But this song is bad. It's really bad. It's real bad Michael Jackson bad. And so what Mariah Carey is doing, she doesn't realize it because, she put out Triumphant months ago and thought people were going to forget, but no, I remember. She's chasing trends. She's chasing relevancy. But when you're an icon, when you're somebody like Mariah Carey, there's no need to keep up with the trends. There's no need to try to do what everybody else is doing. So this song that you got out now, Mariah, if you're listening, which you should be, I want you to get some crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses, and wrap that up in a tasty flour tortilla and throw it out. Because that's not it. Mariah, we want to hear you emote. Because, there are singers. We have Ariana Grande, who's a great singer, who now can sing better than Mariah. Not better than Mariah in her prime, but right now can sing better than Mariah. But that's not what we want. We don't want trendy. We don't want popular. We want music. We want Mariah. We want Hero. Always Be My Baby. We belong together. That's what we want. We don't want no motherfucking ought to let no motherfucking shit go. That's not what we want. We want real music. We want feeling. So Mariah, even if you can't hit that note, even if that riff or that run is running away from you, that's fine. Because what we want from Mariah Carey is nostalgia. We want it to be nostalgic. We want it to be what we remember, what we grew up as. Because this other stuff that Mariah is doing, Triumphant, Art of Letting Go, she put out something else. I don't know. It's horrible. But Mariah, Art of Letting Go, let it go. Like my boy Sean Santiago says, I'm not having it at all. So, Mariah, if you're listening, that ain't it. That ain't hot. That ain't popping. All right, next. Something I always talk about on Twitter and Instagram. Danity Kane. Danity Kane is coming back. They're having a reunion of sorts. Is it really a reunion if everybody's not there? Because I want everybody to look back in history. Every group that has tried to come back without all original members, including Spice Girls, Escape, Drew Hill, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. There were some other groups that try to replace people, leave people out, whatever. Never works. It's not a reunion if everybody else does not reunite. Dawn Richard, and I'm talking to you because I know you're the culprit behind all of this. I'm going to get in trouble for that, but I don't care. But let me just say this. You have Dawn, you have Aubrey, you have Shannon Bex, who I love, Andrea, the best vocalist in the group. But something is missing, okay? You can say what you want to say about Puffy, P. Diddy, P. City, whatever you want to call him. But that man is a genius. And everything that he puts together cannot work unless it's together. You got Aubrey, who's the blonde bombshell. Shannon, the everyday girl across the street. Andrea, authentic Mexican, Cinco de Mayo. And Dawn, who's the eccentric, eclectic, alternative, whatever. Who do y'all have in that group that makes y'all not another pop group? Y'all don't have anybody that's urban. You don't have anybody that's appealing to the urban market. So what are y'all doing? And before you say that Danity Kane is not urban, let me just stop y'all right there. Their first single was called Showstopper. The first line of their very first single said showstopping at the let out spot. It featured Young Jock. If it don't get any more urban than that, their second album, Welcome to the Dollhouse, only had 2 features. Missy Elliott and Rick Ross. If you thought Danity Kane was a pop group, then you thought wrong. Danity Kane was a world group. It was a group that Puff put together that only works if everybody was together. Dawn is out here looking like Barbara Streisand, so you don't have any black girl in the group. So you leave the only one black bitch out of the group and you think you're gonna sell a record called Showstopper? You think you're gonna go out here and you're gonna sell records and you're gonna book shows off of Showstopper and Welcome to the Dollhouse, Ecstasy, Bad Girl, fuck. You think you can't even harmonize like you want to without D.woods. But y'all thought y'all could do it. And without the logistics of how and it being correct sonically, it don't look good. Y'all can try to cite Destiny's Child all you want to, but Destiny's Child never broke up. When Latavia and Latoya were replaced, they were replaced and they kept going. It was Say My Name, then it was Survivor. They didn't take a break. So I want y'all to know and think about this. When you come back and you try to reunite, you need to reunite appropriately. That's the only way to reunite. You can't reunite something and like this. No, you need all four fingers. You need all five members for it to be Danity Kane. And I think I remember Shannon saying, Danity Kane is 5 girls and will always be 5 girls. So, what the hell happened, Shannon? Are you there? Hello? Hello button. Why are you acting stubborn? So I just want to say that about that. Next, we got Auntie Pebbles. Let me drink some of this because Pebbles tries it. Auntie Pebbles went on the Wendy Williams show and she was like, she really couldn't say too much because of confidentiality agreements. Pebbles, you couldn't say much because don't nobody give a damn. And you got that book coming out and you want people to read your book. Let me just say this, and this is what people are not saying about the TLC movie where she gave TLC $25 a week and she took TLC's money. Let me explain what they did not explain. Let's say this. Let's say that TLC's album cost $3 million to record and make. It probably didn't cost that much because record industries pad a lot of expenses on so they can get extra money, but whatever. The TLC first album, what was it? I don't know. Was it called Crazy Sexy Cool? I don't know what it was called. Their first album cost $3 million to make. And that album went on to sell upwards of $10 million. But what would have happened if TLC came out after they spent $3 million on that record and they only sold 10,000 albums? Would we be talking about a movie? Would we be talking about how much they lost? Would we be talking about TLC deserves more? No. That's with any investment. I want y'all to sit down and I want y'all to listen to this. Let's say you buy 100 shares in Apple tomorrow and you buy them each for 100. That's 100,000, right? 100, yeah, I think so. 100,000, right? So you spend 100,000 on 100 shares of Apple, right? Tomorrow, each of those shares are worth $1 million each. You got $100 million. You done came up from 100,000 to 100 million because you bought 100 shares in that company and now each share is worth $1 million. Now let's say you buy those same amount of shares into Apple and Apple goes bankrupt tomorrow. And each share in Apple is worth 5 cents. Do you know how much money you out? I don't know because I'm not about to do math right now. My major was not math. But if every share that you paid $100 for is now worth 5 cents, you out a lot of fucking money. And nobody wants to say that about TLC. They want to say, oh, TLC was millionaires. They sold millions of records. They sold this. But if TLC had not sold those many records, they would still be out $3 million. And that's what people don't understand. So you can say, Pebbles did this, Pebbles did this. Pebbles got her damn money back. That's what Pebbles did. Pebbles got her money back. And they didn't do a good job in that movie of saying like, yo, Pebbles took a risk on us. Nobody knew TLC before Pebbles. We can all agree on that. Nobody knew TLC. Nobody knew Pebbles. The only person that everybody knew was L.A. Reid. And you see L.A. Reid is sitting back not saying nothing. Because L.A. Reid knows how it goes. So if Pebbles invested her money and her time in this group and they were successful, why shouldn't she get paid? Because if Pebbles had invested her time and her money in this group and they flopped, they would all be coming at Pebbles. The investors, the label, everybody would like, well, bitch, you co-signed this flop-ass group. And that's what people need to understand. The music industry is an investment. It's a business, it's an investment, and everything's not going to go the way that people want it to go. Let's talk about Beyonce real quick. Beyonce's been quiet. She's been on this Mrs. Carter World Tour for about 2 years now. But let me tell you what Beyonce is doing. Back in the day, when the album was about to come out, you didn't know the album was coming out until the album was done, the single was picked, the video was most likely shot. That's what Beyonce is doing. Y'all think Beyonce ain't got no album? Y'all think Beyonce ain't got no single? Beyonce ain't never sat down the whole fucking time we've known her. So why would she be doing that now? What Beyonce is going to do, she has these tour dates, I think at the end of towards of December or whatever. Beyonce's going to do something around that time. Those aren't just regular Mrs. Carter tour world dates. But what Beyonce is doing, she's taking it old school. She's going to say, I'm going to give everything to everybody at one time. It's not going to be none of this petition. Like, Beyonce fans don't want to act like they didn't petition for Deja Vu to get reshot. They don't want to act like they let Ring the Alarm flop. Okay? They don't want to act like Beyonce didn't have to shove Run the World down their throat. So what Beyonce said is, y'all don't know what y'all want. So I'm going to give y'all what I think y'all want. So when this next project and this next single and this next whatever comes out, I'm going to do that. I'm going to give you what I think you want. And that's what she's going to be, no question. Beyonce's going to put out these videos, these performances, and she can go home and feed Blue Ivy and Jules. So it's no question that Beyonce is preparing for another era. But the question is, when is it going to come? And I predict that the 2014 election will be won by Beyonce. Because she's been around it long enough. Beyonce has been... What people don't realize is when you compare her to people like Rihanna and Ciara and Keisha Cole and all these other girls that will never be her, you have to realize that Beyonce has been in this game forever. For about as long as we care about, the people that are watching this video. Everybody else that's older than Beyonce don't give a damn. The Tina Turner fans, Diana Ross fans, whatever, they just hoping that they don't wake up on CNN and they say that Diana Ross or Tina Turner has died. They're just happy about that they're still alive. But us Beyonce fans in the Beyonce era, the Beyonce, Ciara, Ashanti, Keisha Cole, Taylor Swift, Alicia Keys, whatever era, Beyonce is just making sure that we don't forget where she came from. And Beyonce came from a time where it was more important to sell a record in its entirety than it was to sell a single. And that's what she's about to do. So everybody that's begging Beyonce for this single, you're not going to get it no time soon. And you're not going to get it by itself. So you might as well get the fuck over it. You're going to get it when she's ready. When Blue Ivy says it's ready. When Jay-Z says it's ready. When Tina Knowles says it's ready. And when Kelly Rowland... Kelly Rowland doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, that's what's happening. Beyonce is giving up for a whole campaign for us to be satisfied, for us to be happy, like back in the day. When you didn't know the release date, when you didn't know the album, then you didn't know the single until it was ready. None of that, oh, the single to this album coming out, oh, y'all didn't like that? Let's push the album back 6 months. No. Beyonce is here. She has arrived. And she is going to give us her best and what she thinks is her best. She's going to shove it down our throats like she did Run the World. And we're going to like it. And that's the reality of the situation. As Don Richard would say, that's the reality of the situation. That's the reality of Danity Kane. So that's it for this video. I hope I cleared up some things for y'all. And I hope y'all understand some things. And I'm going to be doing more videos. I think I like this hallway. So maybe I'll do it in the hallway. But peace out. It's your boy, mrLdavis. Make sure you go to mrLdavis.com. mrLdavis. Follow me on Twitter at mrLdavis and Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Hey, follow me on Instagram. Alright, peace out.